Okay guys, so yeah, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to go hit our chest, and I'm going to go take you through a few things that I eat. I'm not going to do a full day of eating, but a few things that I eat to stay in a calorie deficit and to lose weight, which I have already lost 8.5 kilos in the last 8 weeks. So that's insane. That is insane. I'm not bragging or anything, but that's fucking cool. So yeah, I'm going to try and keep that up as best I can for another 10 weeks. Hopefully, I'll be at a place where I'm happy to call the cut quits, and then I can give Orto in Belfast a huge amount of business that they're not ready for. But yeah, for me, it's 11:11 right now. So yeah, it's 11 minutes past 11. I woke up at about, 10:15, 10:30, and I don't feel the need to eat. I really don't feel the need to eat in the morning. So if you're a person like me who gets up in the morning, who isn't actually that hungry, a glass of water would tide you over, then do that. If that's what it's going to take for you to lose weight, do that. People say, oh, you need breakfast, most important meal of the day. Yes, if you're going to get up and do something really active, like, I don't know, if you're going to the gym, like I will eat before I go to the gym, as to not faint, not because, or as to fuel my performance, and as to not faint. That's it. If you're literally getting up and you have to drive to work now, you don't need breakfast. A glass of water, I don't know, something really light that'll tide you over, maybe a cup of coffee that'll tide you over to lunchtime, and then you can start getting your calories in. But for me, I don't even feel the need to eat lunch either. But my downfall is 11 o'clock at night, 12 o'clock, 10 p.m. after I get home from work. That's my downfall, because I'll be sitting watching YouTube, I'll be sitting doing some work, and it's like a Hoover. So I need to actually, like, instead of trying to change my characteristics as a person, I need to cater for them. So I need to stop eating so much food earlier in the day and eat all my food at the end of the day. And it's worked pretty freaking good, because we're down 8 kilos. So yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some pre-workout. We're going to go get our carb source in the shop, because I'm not feeling any of the carb sources here. We're going to get pre-workout, and then we're going to get carb source. That'll fuel my workout, and then we'll see where we go from there. So yeah, see you then. Okay, so mic's working. Yeah. Okay, so I've got my carbohydrate source. This is perfect, because we're looking at 385 calories and 46 grams of carbohydrates. So this is perfect for pre-workout. I don't necessarily need this, but whenever it comes down to like performing in the gym, the biggest thing is your manipulation of your carbs, and that is, like, through experience, that is 100% what works, is timing your carbohydrate sources around your workout. And then, like, if you time them around your workout will feel class no matter whether you're on a cut or a bulk. That's plain and simple. So that's what I try and like to do, and then eat my high protein meals after my workout. It's pretty self-explanatory. So yeah, I'm going to get this down me. I'm going to finish off my pre-workout, and I will see you in the gym. So we made it to the gym. First exercise today, as always, on a chest day. It's going to be incline bench. Why do I always do this on a chest day? I just love this exercise. And one thing that's been really good for me during this cutting phase is definitely using this as a litmus test for my strength retention. So, as we all know, whenever you go on a cut, especially if you're losing a large amount of weight, like kind of like me, I've lost 8.5 kg. The tendency to lose strength, like the potential to lose strength, is high, and that's something obviously that I don't want to do. So you don't even need to track all exercises. Even if you track a couple of how your strength is going, you'll know whether you're losing muscle or not. So basically, this is my litmus test. First, things like back and legs, I might change up the exercise every week, and just for the variety and the fun. But this is definitely one of the things where I'm like, right, okay, let's really track the progress of this. Track maybe not the progress, but the other way, the decline of your strength on this. And so far, it's been pretty good. I'm on the peak of my bulk, I was doing 90 kilos for 8 on incline bench press, and now on my cut, I've worked my way back up to 90 by 7. So I'm happy enough with the strength retention in my chest. Let's try and get 90 by 8 today, but you know what, if we don't hit 90 by 8, it's not the end of the world. So yeah, let's go hit that, and I'll see you for the next exercise. Okay, so that is chest incline complete. So first set we got 90 by 7. Are we going to count that last maybe 1 or 2? I don't know. Second one we got 85 for 9, and then we got 80 for 12. So like, it is a little bit disappointing, but you can't really let that get the rest of your session down. Obviously, as lifters, our egos are huge and we want to like get stronger every session, but on the reality, on a cut, that's probably not going to happen. So yeah, you just got to do the best you can, and then for the next chest session, like, this kind of disappointment's going to try and make me really get up to 90 by 8. That's just all part and parcel to lifting and going to the gym. But if you don't let the lows get too low, and then you celebrate the highs like mad, that's what makes it so enjoyable. But yeah, basically what I'm going to do is try and make the rest of my session as good as I can, not let that get me down. Actually, after the first set, the first thing I did was like, what was my whoop score last night? And I shouldn't have checked that. My whoop score was pretty shit and pretty low, like I got 43% recovery. But I feel like if you're one of these guys, if you have a whoop, if you have a Garmin or whatever, and you check your recovery in the morning, it's going to set the mood for the rest of your day. Nah, I can't do that. Nah, I can't go heavy. Nah, I can't, like you can't push your boundaries because you've got a bad whoop score. I don't know, there is some things where you, like, maybe you shouldn't go heavy that day because you could get injured. But I feel like if you wake up and you feel ready, don't let a whoop score tell you that you're not. Or if you wake up and you feel like shit and your whoop's telling you, like, go smash it. You need to have a bit of common sense with these things as well. So yeah, I'm going to try and make the rest of my session as good as possible. I'm going to hit just machine chest press now. I'll finish with some flies, and then it's going to be a nice and easy quick chest day today. So yeah, see you then. Let's see how many we can get of this. Okay, so 3 sets of incline finished. We've got 3 sets of flat machine press finished. Now we're going to finish off by really stretching out our pecs on a fly based movement. So that's basically a complete perfect chest day. So you have incline, you have different angles that you're attacking the pec, and then you've got a stretch movement where you add the most force will be when the pec is completely in that stretch position. As long as you keep progressively overloading at all 3 of those, there's, especially on a bulk, there's no way that you can build a huge chest. And in terms of size of chest, I would say stretch-based movement actually helps me the most. When I incorporated stretch-based movements like the pec deck, like any sort of fly, your pecs become more full instead of you just keep on focus on pressing, and especially for low reps, high weight, I didn't actually feel like my chest was getting much bigger. It was getting a lot stronger, but it wasn't getting like bigger. So just going to keep it simple, finish with the stretch movement, and then that's our chest day done. No push day. So basically my split now on my cut is legs, back, chest, arms. That's it. And it gives me enough time to recover between the sessions, and it gives me enough stimulus. So that's twice every 8 days instead of twice a week, which is fine for me. And I actually feel like it keeps me dialed in my sessions more. Like this session only lasted like 45 minutes and I'll be done. That's pretty doable. So we're gonna go hit this stretch move, and I'll see you in the car.
I didn't know that was that brand. I've seen that all the time. I want to get. Okay, yeah, so back in the car, and we've got our chest pumped, chest complete, mission complete, mission for the day complete. Short, sweet, efficient session. Not every session has to be a ball breaker. Like, you know, mainly for me, the only real ball breakers I have per week are my leg days, and that's just leg day in nature. But like I said this in the last video, but you have to really, like, the amount of effort and stimulus it takes to keep muscle is way less than the amount of effort and stimulus to grow new muscle. And well, maybe not if you're a newbie. That's a completely different situation. But for me, I just want to go in there with one mission, get pumped and get stimulated, and that's complete. That's all really I have to do to keep my chest muscle. But as a lifter and someone who wants to be strong, I do want to maintain my strength as much as I can. That's just personal, that you don't have to actually go in and chase numbers every single session to maintain your muscle. It is a good practice, but you don't have to. So yeah, we didn't hit the heights of incline chest that we wanted to today. Well, I didn't, but I'm not going to let it get me down, because I've got a sick chest pump, and I'm going to and the rest of the session was unreal. It was short, sweet, efficient, just felt really good, and I felt focused the whole entire time. And that's the key for cutting. The amount of stimulus you need obviously is way less, So yeah, perfect session on a cut. Main thing now for me is going and eating, because obviously I didn't recover as well from my back session yesterday as I would have wanted to. So I need to go get some food, go home, chill out before work, and yeah, perfect. I'll meet yous, I don't know where, wherever my next meal is. Okay, so we're just out of the shop and we picked up protein shake with 50 grams protein and 280 calories. If you are into your protein shakes and stuff, this is probably the best one for your buying in terms of cutting, because you got 50 grams of protein for only 280 calories. The Avonmore ones are like 300. If you get the Avonmore Gold, you get 33 for 290. So this is the best one for cutting, I would say, but it is a bit pricey. Like this is 275. So it's up to you which one you go for. Obviously, protein shakes are handy, but I would still recommend getting your protein from whole foods, like chicken, beef, fish, loads of different ways you can get in your protein. So I'm actually going to track right now what I've had so far today. So what have I had? I've had that chocolate brownie oats, and I'm gonna have this. So let's log that in here. So we've got this right there for me, and if we look up oats, Nutrilean, this is the creamy caramel one, but similar calories, similar carbs. So we log that. So we've consumed 658 calories. We've got 1,746 left. This is going perfectly for my late night eating habits. Basically, but we've still got a lot of protein left. We've got 174 grams protein left to go. So yeah, perfect so far. But perfect so far. But I just need to get that protein up. And for me, I like to eat as much protein on a cut as possible. Obviously, to maintain as much muscle mass as I can, and then manipulate my carbs around it. So for you guys, if you are on a bulk, I would recommend keeping your fats whether you're on a bulk or a cut, I would keep my protein the same, my fats the same, and the only thing that I would change is the amount of carbs that I have. So for me, on a cut, I have to manipulate my carbs around my workouts so that my workouts are fueled, whereas on a bulk, you're just constantly fueled. It's great. So the only thing that I would manipulate is the amount of carbs you have. So yeah, I guess I'll see you for the next meal, which will be at home. So see you then. Okay, so yeah, we're back at the house. What time is it? It is... Okay, so we're back at the house. So yeah, now we're going to cook our first main meal of the day. So what I've had today is the oats for breakfast, basically, but almost just pre-workout meal. We've had the protein shake. Now we're going to make our first main meal, which for me is a staple. It's 500 grams of a lean meat. So basically, for me, I don't really get sick of eating the same stuff over and over. So I'll have 500 grams of mince 3 out of the 7 days of the week, and 500 grams of chicken the other 4. So basically, the only thing that would change is how I season, how I mask the lean meat source. So today we're going to do 500 grams of lean mince. We're going to have half a can of chopped tomatoes, and then we're going to season it with the goat, Old El Paso taco seasoning. So yeah, that's literally one of my staple dishes. Normally I would have it with a carb source such as like 200 grams sweet potato is kind of my main one. But today I don't have sweet potatoes, so I'm happy enough eating just the protein source. And then I also had a lot of carbs from both the protein shake and the
and the oats this morning. So basically, I'm going to cook this up. That should tide me over to around 10 o'clock. I'm working at 5 o'clock. It is now 3 o'clock. So yeah, I'm going to cook this and then I'll work, and then I have to drive to Belfast after work. So basically, this is to do me until 10 o'clock. I know you guys, a lot of people won't be able to do that, not eat for 5-6 hours. And that's perfectly normal. I'm not normal. But what I would say is that if you're a person that finds yourself getting hungrier in the evenings, like save as many calories as you can for the evenings. If you're someone that is like wakes up and is ravenous but then can get to sleep like without eating, get up and have a good meal in the morning and let that tide you over. But let's get this let's get this mince cooked, and I'll actually show you how to cook it. So let's do that. Okay, so first thing you're going to want to do is put your pan on the heat. For me, I have a non-stick pan, so I don't actually use an oil, but if you're on a cut, this shit is probably the best stuff ever. I don't know if it's going to be good for you in the long run, but like for dieting wise, this is fucking class. But I don't use it when I have a non-stick pan. So just get your pan up to heat, not full heat, but just thereabouts. And then I've already kind of like chopped my mince up in the packet, so I'm just going to want to dump it in there. That's it. Okay. Once you then have your meat in the pan, you're going to want to break up the mince in the pan. Perfect. Get it all nice and chopped up. If you have one of these like silicone kind of spatula things, perfect. You can use a fork, knife, whatever. I just don't want to damage my non-stick pan. So basically, that is the height of cooking it. All you have to do then is like wait till it's nice and brown, wait till it's cooked through. You'll be able to see with your eyes when it's cooked, like, and then once I'm at that stage, I'll show you how to add your tomatoes and your seasoning. So now our mince is pretty browned off. My eyesight is not the best, and if you're one of those people that's kind of weird about meat being cooked, just cook it to oblivion. But I err on the side of danger and like my meat to be a little bit juicier, but run the risk of getting food poisoning. So yeah, perfect. Mince is browned. Then we're going to want to take our chopped tomatoes, and then okay, so pour in about half of this. Yeah, perfect. And just mix it around. So that now is pretty nicely mixed. As you see, got a nice color, nice red color from those chopped tomatoes. And then all we're going to want to do now, and this is the star of the show, turn off the heat, open your El Paso taco, and then just fire it in. The whole thing. Now, you're gonna mix that around. Oh shit! And the smell of this is so good. So you're gonna get it all mixed in. Perfect. And guys, we're literally done. That is it. Perfect. Okay,
dinner is served. Mince in a bowl. You guys might think I'm a bit of a weirdo for eating this, but you know what? It works for me. Might work for you. But the main reason I'm doing this is to show you what I'm eating on my cut. And maybe you could apply same principles, but maybe not the exact same meals. Maybe you want to add some carbohydrates, which I would do a lot as well. But yeah, pretty simple meal to make, and let's see how it affects our calories. So okay, what are we looking up here? So 5% Irish lean beef mince by Tesco, perfect. And then we've got the Old El Paso, perfect. And then chopped tomatoes, perfect. So what does that leave us with for the day? We've had 1,388 calories so far and remaining 1,016. So yeah, basically my overall calorie intake should be 2,400, and I've left myself with 1,000 left and 62 grams of protein. So essentially on my drive to Belfast, I'll probably run into the shop, get something to make up the protein, and then have a sweet treat tonight before bed. That will take me up to 1,000 calories. So yeah, perfect. I'm gonna eat this, and I'll see you wherever the next food source is. Okay, yeah, we fast forwarded. It is 11:15 right now. Yeah, work was really busy, so I didn't even get to eat anything. I had a sugar-free drink, and there now I got obviously the Coke Zero and the protein milk. So yeah, typically I wouldn't drink that amount of or get my protein through milks. Like, this has been a very untypical day where I got up and went straight to the gym, filmed the YouTube video, came home, started editing the YouTube video, went to work. Now I have to drive to Belfast for university. It's not very typical of a normal day or a normal day of how I would eat. So don't necessarily copy exactly what I'm eating. These are just tips for, especially if you have a busy day, of how to get around it. But that's kind of what dieting is about. Every day is not going to be perfect. You kind of just have to figure out how you're going to do it. But yeah, like I said earlier about me saving calories for later, so essentially what I have now is a whole bag of popcorn waiting for me whenever I get home, and a protein yogurt, and that will be the end. That'll finish off my day at around 2,400 calories, which is perfect. And yes, the only thing I would say is, like, obviously get your protein from actual protein sources like chicken, like actual whole meats. And I'm not advising you to eat the way I do. It's not normal. But for people that aren't normal, that are like me, this is a really good way to tackle a really busy day and to actually incorporate foods that you love and crave into your routine to make it that much more manageable. So yeah, that's all from me. Yeah, good night. Thanks for watching.